Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. To my beautiful friend that loved my hair and lilacs and whatnot, you're beautiful too. Thank you very much. And I was wondering, now I'm assuming because of your picture that you're female, but for a woman to be confident and loving, to show grace as a type of mercy by giving some of that love to our sisters, appreciating their femininity, with respect like that. I mean, it's a good thing. Not a lot of women are able to do that. Men kind of show love towards each other in a different way. It's like even with name calling or whatever, but if you know what I mean, they have the ability, or they used to have the ability to maybe, I think, no, this is, maybe I'm wrong, but I think decades ago, men or women used to be better friends to the same gender than they are now. I think that goes the same with men or women or whoever, come to think of it, But I appreciate you. Thank you. Big time. It touches my heart that I can make friends over the internet, or that anybody would even care what I have to say. You know what? I was been talking about my dream that I had the other day, and I noticed a lot of other YouTubers were talking about dreams and things, like in the scriptures, talking about, like I shared a wisdom channel. He put out Nebuchadnezzar's statue, and you know how Daniel was able to interpret his dream with the same Spirit of God that had shown that to Nebuchadnezzar. And he's the only one that could have put that together in both their minds like that, And that's how he works for us out here. It's just all really incredible, There's signs and miracles from God every day that people just kind of ignore because they don't realize really how stupendous it is, But then we have to beware of, Doug said, how my projection of thought, I'm not trying to do anything, but I violate people's thoughts, and I wondered, and I asked him, I said, is that the same thing with Satan? And he said, no. And I said, but of course it is. When you have a thought that enters your mind, if it's a bad thought, it's not from God. You know it right away. You're able to cut it off in its tracks. But most people aren't able to do that. They're not that strong. They don't recognize when something alien to them comes in there, and they run with it, So who's violating who? If like the mind of God were coming out at you or I, and we are of that, that's not a violation. But if something that is alien to my thoughts enters me, I'm fully aware of it. So once again, who's violating who? What? And here's another thing. In waking or sleeping, no outside entity besides God is able to get at me. My own mind and nightmares that I used to battle was a weakness of weakening not my spirit but my body. when I was younger, and now I'm able to control that a lot more. So even my sleeping has gotten healthier because I realize the true connection whether I'm sleeping or awake, you know. So I let God take over and I can't remember what book or verse it is in the scriptures, but as far as or the belief that God talks to you in your sleep and you may not remember it for protecting you. Like if I brought you in and you were safe for a minute but you had to go back out into raging weather, but I was able to instill something in you to help you through that weather in your habitat where you're at. And all I can do at that time is keep you safe in the night and give you hints of how to navigate through that habitat. And take that memory of being with me at night till I place you back in the habitat. So your sorrow of learning and being separated from me wouldn't be as bad. And that's basically what I believe. I believe God takes us at night when in our sleep, or the Father, whatever one you serve, and then brings us back with a knowledge that we should carry through the day. That's what I believe with that. What do you think? I just froze for a minute. Speaking of freezing, I woke up kind of hot because it's been raining like crazy here and the humidity was high, but then the temperature went down because the sun really isn't out too much today. Oh, I don't know. I got birds singing out there though, so they're happy. But yeah, so it was a little cold. It got a little damp and cold without sunshine, so I don't know. It's in another month. It's going to be hot and humid and it's downright tropical here. You know, we have a few months where it's so stifling. You'd think you were on another planet almost compared to the frozen tundra it is in the winter. You know, so cheers, everybody. We have the 4 seasons here. And I will never complain about that. After living in the desert, nah, even out west where they get the Chinook, which is the warm winds off the Pacific Ocean, in the middle of winter, and it thaws things out, and then winter comes again for about 2 weeks, sometimes even a month, right in the middle of winter. It'll be beautiful. You can wear a t-shirt. Then it'll freeze again and all the snow again and everything till springtime. But out west they have a break in winter, you know. So unless it's southwest, they just don't have winter there. So yeah, I love summer. It is my favorite season, but I also love spring. I also love fall. I also love winter. So yeah. And when, like I say, I spent a few years in Arizona. I ran across some really beautiful places. Man, there was this one place or woman, excuse me, people, where there was waterfalls going into pools, going into another pool, and it was so clear. There was these little crayfish, but down in the biggest pool at the bottom where they couldn't escape. They were huge and they were multicolored, like rainbow colored. Every color. I had never seen any creatures like that before in my life, and I know like in Louisiana and places they eat crawdads, My dad did too. They called them something. I can't remember. I was catching them one time when I was a kid by a creek where I lived. And I had a ice cream bucket or a pail or something with a lid. So I was down there. I had wading boots on. And I had a few of them in there. And then one clawed me. It bit me, and it was sitting there hanging, and I got it. I let them all loose. That was the end of that. It's like, I am not catching these things for you to eat, and I am not eating these things. I am not cooking them. I don't want anything to do with anything that's going to pinch me like I'm the piece of meat when I'm trying to get it. Of course, anything's going to fight for its life, you know, if it's alive. If it's already dead, it might just be fighting because that's the reason it needed to die, you know. Just a thought. Oh, here's something that I haven't watched it yet. Professor Sam Bacton's got narcissists stalk your dreams and nightmare. Oh, whatever you think. They may stalk them, but they're sitting in the peanut gallery watching God and I talk and can't hear it flipping things, so dream on, buddy, you know. So I've had people try to etherically invade me while I'm sleeping, and it did not work out too. Warning to the no matter how wise you think you are with all that. Nobody rides for free, and you have to pay to play. So dream on with all that, because you're not going to violate me in any way and get away with it. It might appear like you did, but you will pay for anything you've done. So I'm protected like that. All of the people that follow the heart of God, not after his heart like they want to eat it, but after his heart of goodness. So, yeah, because we're not freaks like that. We don't, I have male friends that would never even think about riding the Hershey Highway, as Rebecca Call would put it, you know, that type of man. You can't violate people like us, you know. You can't project your thoughts into me, but I can, and I'll do it during the day or nighttime. How do you like that? That's horrible. God helps me, I can't help it. All glory to God. Isn't that a bummer? Can't win for losing, can you? That's another Americanism. Of course. Did you know that the American mental health field isn't up to speed because we're not catering to the different genders? And there's one too. Did you know that Peru passed a bill for their people, protecting the mental health of their people? If there is somebody that wants to transgender, they're going to get this person, and I should say it, help, but it's a person, mental health care instead of coddling abnormalities. So you can put down the American mental health professionals like me all you want, but we're still going to care for the person that isn't trying to sugarcoat unmoral behavior. So go ahead and put me down all you want. So it's your immorality that you're battling. Why would you even think about battling my moral stance for other people and families and children? You know what I want to say to you, don't you? Yeah, well, you already do. If you're having a same-sex relationship, you are literally in yourself. Oh, well. Talk about getting screwed over. Satan really got you bent over, doesn't he? Here, I've got a shaft. Do you know that movie, Shaft? It's a song, too. Look it up, as Professor Bachman would say. Yeah. Guess what? I've been looking up stuff before you were born. You can look that up, too. I think when somebody has a head start, no matter what, whatever. I guess it depends on the books we read, isn't it? And who we listen to, you know? You can believe in anything you want to believe in. It doesn't mean that you're not going to pay for leading other people astray. If you cause somebody to falter in their walk with God and what we're supposed to learn here and teach our offsprings, that's what you've done. If you help your fellow humans lead a healthy life and not be mentally unstable, that's what you've done. It's a choice every day. That's not a violation of either. It's a choice. So you can't do nothing to me. There's only one entity that can do anything to me. Besides that, I don't care what anybody thinks or says or does. I really don't. Even as far as not forgiving or being combative or anything else, I really don't give a flying nothing of your thoughts of how my heart is guided. Could care fucking less. You know? Because I know what's right or wrong. You know? I'm not going to instruct a child I love to interact in a say like oral sex that could give her candida and she's unaware of the extra rise in her lipids or something within her blood. I mean, the things that aren't taught to people, or the transference of bad energies through demonic thoughts and projections that are working in that craft towards people. I am never going to instruct a human being to harm themselves in any way. But if you want to do it, well, you're not trying my patience, because, and I don't have the patience of Job. I've surpassed that. The patience of Job, surpassing that, is somebody walking away from a dangerous situation they put themselves in unscathed. That's the chance God's giving people. It's like, yeah, you're fucking stupid, but I'm still giving you a chance to undo your stupidity and your ignorance. Somebody thinks that, well, there's a group of people that are morally unethical in the healthcare community, and I full-heartedly believe that you are going to be put in your place. You might feel lost. You might feel like a narcissist. You can say your evil is a mental illness, but not all of us buy that. It's only ones like you that agree with you. where you go one, you go all, right? And yeah, whatever. So anyway. And I do say that with really all the love in the world. But if you were around one of my kids and I heard that fucking bullshit coming out of your mouth, yeah. Whether or not I act like a lady around somebody depends on what you say to me. And I typically, well, it would take about the amount of time it took online here, probably a few months of listening to the rhetoric, and then after a while I'd be like, you really think people are stupid, don't you? And I almost called you a derogatory name. Oh, you know what you are. Yeah. Quite the human leader, aren't you? You can only lead ones like yourself that is on that level. So, anyway. But I would almost, yeah, I would. I would dare anybody to come and say something fucking stupid like that, telling children that Americans are behind in their mental health reasoning when the Europeans are dropping morality and giving an unstructured society a pass. What a ass hole. What a bunch of them. So, yeah, I have more to say on that. It's disgusting. Sun's coming out now. I think that's what the bird was trying to tell me. The clouds were breaking up. It's pretty easy to criticize somebody with moral standing within their soul in an unethical society, isn't it? Because you've got all kinds of people clapping while you say something stupid and laughing at your childlike ways. Takes a lot of gumption to get up and actually say, that's not how we raise children. Children. Not animals. Not like, yeah, we're part of the animal kingdom. The head of it. I'm not crawling around out on the lawn with cattle next to me, you know. It's not the same. So what's the beast of the earth? Ones that can't tend it? The only thing you can tend? Yeah, contend. Right. Surely isn't humans. My horse would have stomped the fuck out of your dumb ass. She would have. She would have took one sniff at you and stomped your ass. I'm serious. She had more brains in her mane, you know. And she didn't really like men anyway, and you know who I'm talking to. She'd sense that stupid shit in there, and Yeah, I had to be careful. I had to put her in a lot of times if somebody exceptionally stupid was around, because animals sense these kinds of things. Had you ever had a dog or a cat? I had a cat that kept bugging this one cousin of my ex. She just did not like that guy. And she jumped right in the middle of his belly when he was relaxing on the couch. Surprised everybody, actually. But have you ever had, like, your dog growl? I had this one dog that never said a word to nobody, but this one person would come around and she started growling and acting all crazy, and I was like, wow. Come to find out, this person was a lowlife, and that's what my dog was trying to tell me, but yeah, animals sense things like that. Well, you can have, and there is a saying, a dog is no better than its master. And that is true. And if you have a dog or an animal that is more like a family type animal, it may not be obedient to all of them, or it could be really good to everybody, Yeah. But do you ever notice that there's certain groups of people that never care for animals, and they never care for human beings? I mean, go into, like, physical care of others. There's certain societies that feel that they need to be cared for, but they don't need to care for others. Do you notice that? I have. How about the 50-year Jubilee year in my country, where land's supposed to be given back to the original owners? Y'all got laws you don't even abide by. Thou shalt not kill. You're a thin joke. And everybody knows who I'm talking to. Right. Even every 25 years, well, we're going to pretend we're doing this now. Yeah, till next time. It's certain sets of books that are passed down and practiced until it's just down pat what these robotic, satanic mindsets are going to think, without any interference, because their set religion, that is against every religion on this planet, is the only right one in their immoral minds. And I fight against that on a daily basis. So anyway. You're never going to convince me that somebody's going to go out there and teach any type of immorality that harms other people physically and spiritually, because we're not caring for their spiritual care within all that you're a righteous person in any sense of the word, or upstanding as a world leader or a leader within your profession. I wouldn't even give you the lead of my dog or my horse. That would be dangerous for that animal. Well, it's dangerous for the youngsters too. It's repulsive. But if you're going to scrutinize what is moral, them there's fighting words, partner. And I'm up for the challenge. Oh yeah, I know. Some people hate it when people flex their muscles or whatever, but yeah, whatever. cream puff, whatever. Fucking out of shape, weeping gnome. You're getting old and nasty, nastier by the days with your immorality. How many decades of that filth have you projected into the atmosphere? Ugh. And there's thousands of others, just millions like that. Ugh. And we're all connected to your fucking shit. Ish. Stay out of my dreams. That's a warning. Or I'm gonna hurt you. I'll hunt you down and etherically, because you're not that strong. You've got backing where you can, on the internet, travel around and project yourself like importance on this planet. You will be put in your place. You don't have that much power that you think that Satan told you you had, a God unto yourself. Yeah. You'll be lucky when Satan gets done with you if you're even able to feed yourself. Be like a sloppy Joe Biden standing next to the Pope pooping his pants. You'll be lucky if somebody changes your diaper when you're old. Probably didn't do it when you were little either, and you're bitter about it. Well, don't take it out on people that aren't responsible. And just remember, your thoughts, your immoral thoughts that you project on other people through your speeches and lectures and whatnot, every word that comes out of your face, you're going to pay for. Just hope and bless your reward, you know. So that's my warning. Beware. Because you're treading on thin ice. And something is going to happen to you because of it. That's my warning to you. And it's true. And you'll see it happen. And I'm sure you won't say anything to the public, but you and I know that it'll be true when it happens. So just get ready. So you can say that you're fearless, but we'll see when it happens how fearless you actually are. Kind of like Cain killed with a rock and he was crushed by his own rock house because he's stupid like that, and you're his bloodline. Not you or you, but the ones, the dark cabal that watches me. You. I've tried to God bless you and you don't care. So now it is war and I will win. Well, you'll see shortly. That's my video for today. Appreciate everybody being here. It's a pleasure to be able to tell off Satan through his minions, onions, that are about as rich as a vegetable. You know, if you caught what I mean. I bet you caught it. My people that follow me aren't stupid. So, okay, my beautiful friends, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I appreciate you joining me. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. And it's appropriate to say, have a good night or day, wherever you're at. Actually, it's more like here, wherever you're at. kind of combine the whole thing with your spirit. Yeah, that'd be cool for a change. Alright, peace. You gotta ask God for that. Humble yourself.